Good morning. It is 10:17 a.m. on Saturday, October 23rd, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I got some quality sleeping in time this morning. Good stuff. Very cozy, comfy, snuggled up in my bed. Little dog at my feet, occasionally, you know, uh, coming up to curl up at my back. Some good some good snoozing. It's important to do from time to time. Does the body good, snoozing. And a lot of people don't necessarily know unless they've experienced it for themselves. But sleeping in or taking a nap with a dog definitely enhances the experience. It's true. So last night I actually I had more stuff that I had meant to do, but I sort of needed to back away from the computer for a little bit because I was worried I was about to get a migraine. So fortunately, I think I seem to have caught it in time, meaning I, took some Excedrin and shut off all the screens for a little bit, made some dinner, and then later just watched some TV instead of concentrating on something at the computer, and it seems like it worked out okay. And on top of that, I got to catch up to all the episodes released so far for season 3 of Doom Patrol, and gosh, I love that show. Um, it's definitely unusual as a show, and so I could absolutely understand why it wouldn't be for everybody. But it just feels very much like it's for me. It works for me quite well. I think that if you're not familiar at all, it's a show that is ostensibly within the DC comic book universe. And so various comic booky sorts of things happen in it, but it's very different from most comic book adventure type shows. In principle, what it's about is a group of people that each have something very unusual about them that, like, if you really squint, you could maybe call it kind of a superpower, but mostly it just kind of messes them up, and they're kind of very broken people who don't really accomplish very much, and they're all kind of living in this house together and bickering with each other a lot of times, until various comic book threats occasionally nudge them enough that they go to at least investigate it a little bit. And usually things don't go very well, and they eventually just return back to their house to bicker some more. Um, but at the same time, each of them gradually starting to make their own personal progress on the long years of baggage that they have emotionally. And it's not a smooth arc for anyone. They have lots of stuff constantly happening to them, occasionally adding to the baggage, and so, but then they're dealing with other stuff, and it's often very surreal and silly, and boy, I just like it a lot. I really do. It's very good. But I also, of course, this is not a but like I like the show, but it's more like, but because I didn't finish all the stuff I was intending to do last night, I still have to do it today, because some of it is prep for tonight's session of Root, the role-playing game, which we're going to play on Twitch. I'm continuing to really love that game, and I'm enjoying the process of fleshing out the world and making it a little more complex, and just having some of that stuff prepared, because it's interesting, because preparing for this game is a little bit different than say for Dungeons and Dragons, although it could be similar. But by and large, what I'm really doing is trying to just say, what is the current state of this place, like who are the major players, and how do their various plot lines interact with each other, so that the party, our heroes, our vagabonds, can kind of step in and stir the pot a little bit. But that way, I have, I think, a little bit more substance to when I give them the various NPCs to interact with and what those people want and what they're going to maybe try to do. But it's fun, but I'm not finished with all of the stuff that I need to do. So got that on the agenda today, and then of course we'll play later tonight. And then I'll leave it there, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.